What's up, everybody? I'm the Virtual Mechanic, and welcome to another day in a Car Mechanic Simulator. This is today's project car. This is the Sakura Takumi, or more importantly, the Toyota AE86, the car from Initial D, the anime Drift series. This is a little bit of fun to work on today. We're going to pump that engine up. We may swap it out for a different engine. I'm undecided. I may just keep it as the double overhead cam NSN engine. I'm not sure yet, but we are going to make this look cool. We are going to try and replicate, hopefully if there's a livery in the paint shop, the Initial D drift car. That's what I'm going for today, so let's get it over to the car wash and let's get this one cleaned up. Here we are then. I have no idea what colour this is under here. Let's have a look under the dust while we get it cleaned. There is no colour, it is just solid rust everywhere. Okay, I wasn't quite expecting that. Right, let's get the interior done and let's get it back on the lift. Let's get this engine ripped out and try and get rid of all this dust. Well, that was nice and simple, just a gearbox to take out. The oil pan wasn't in, so we can just lift the engine straight out of this car. Nice and simple. And now let's get down to stripping the whole car down to its bare bones. Absolute bare frame, nothing left, so we can build it back up with new pieces or repaired pieces. Let's get into it. Here it is then, stripped down to the absolute bare frame, bare minimum, nothing else left. Let's get this frame all welded up, shiny and new, and to do that we need to go over and grab the welder. So let's grab you. Let's get you all welded up, shiny and new, then we can get the body back on, over to the paint shop, and hopefully find the Initial D livery. Oh look, the car is actually red and silver at the moment. Definitely not set. I don't need to do that again. Put you away. Definitely not staying that colour. Let's get the body back on and then over to the paint shop. I did have to buy everything new for that. Nothing was repairable. I'm sure you're not surprised the amount of rust that was on that. I did grab the plates. I did put them in. Hopefully these are the correct plates from the research I've done. That's the plates I could find for it. That red and silver is definitely, or grey is definitely not staying though. So let's get it on over to the paint shop and get the colour on it. Here we are then. I did find one. This is the Initial D livery with the black that runs all the way around the car. Down at the bottom, a lovely stripped detail there, black HUD, and obviously the text on the side. I have no idea what that means or what it says. I'll be honest, I never watched Initial D, I just know about it. Anyone knows what that actually says, do let me know in the comments below and call me an idiot, whichever. Let's get on, let's get the suspension done. I'm going to colour match it just black and white, it's going to be nice and basic. Here we are, here is the suspension. White shocks with black springs are looking very nice on there. Actually came out a lot better than I thought it would. Let's get them all on the car and see what it looks like together. That's all the suspension complete, looking really nice I think in the black and white. You got obviously the white shocks with the black springs and the white bits all at the back there. Looking really nice, I'm very happy with how that has turned out. But let's move on, let's get the wheels done and get them on the car. Here we are then for the wheels. I have gone for the Rim Modern 10. I feel it looked the closest like the Initial D rims on the car. In black, they're 16 inches with a 225 width and a 40mm profile. Now they aren't exactly the same as the ones on the Initial D. They were 8-spoke and I've gone for 8-spoke basically, as close as I could get it. But let's get them on the car and see how they look. Last wheel just going on now, and then we'll drop it on the floor and see what it looks like. I think they look quite good, and they're blacked out enough that you can't really tell. But the original rims were an 8-spoke rim, and these are an 8-spoke. They are about as close as I could get it inside the game. They're looking really cool. I'm very happy with how they turned out. Let me know what you think in the comments below. But let's move on. Let's get the engine bay back together and then get the engine built ready to go in it. That's the engine finished. As you can see, I did stick with the original engine. I didn't bother swapping it out. I was tempted, but I decided just to keep with the original. Let's get it dropped in the car, and then we can get this car finished. It is very nearly done. Look at that. It looks so good in there. Very good in there. Nearly finished. Let's get the gearbox and the underside all finished up. One last thing before we finish, let's grab the window tinting kit. Let's move it over to the car. Let's get these windows tinted out. Now I'm just going to go all black on these, completely blacked out, as dark as I can get it, because that's what I can see from the comics and from the TV show. That's how it was in the initial D. So let's do it on that, and this car is now finished. Here we are outside in the sun, looking absolutely stunning. I do love how this car come out, and that engine looks absolutely incredible in there. Now obviously this is the Sakura Takumi. Again, probably a horrible pronunciation of that, but it is a Toyota Sprinter Trueno GT-APEX. That's what the original car was based on in the game. Here is them rims. You can see they are 8-spoke. They're not quite the same. The original ones were a bit straighter to the point, but they are the best I could get. Obviously the license plate on there, but I really love how this car looks. It has been a lot of fun to work on and get it to resemble it. But let's get in and see what this one sounds like. Oh, that's a bit tight at the end there. I like the sound of that. That's very nice. Let's get it on the dyno and see what this engine can do. Here we are then at the dyno. 283 starting horsepower. How much have we managed to add to this little car? Probably not a lot. 169 horsepower added. That is an additional 60%. That's very nice. With a total of 452 horsepower. But let's head over to the track and see what speed it gets. Here we are on the track. Let's go. Can't see anything out these windows, which is why window tinting is so heavily illegal in most countries for the front and the side windows there, because you really can't see anything out of it. It's quite incredible. But let's get on to the speed of this car. We are slowly making our way up to 300 kilometers an hour. It's not the greatest, but it wasn't made to go fast in a straight line. This is a drift car. It was made to go fast sideways, and I imagine it can do that if it didn't have slicks on. There we go, 350 kilometers an hour is what we've hit. So 350 kilometers an hour, that is a very good speed. It does put us 20th on the leaderboard, but that is out of 29 cars, so it's not bad at all, really. But this one does look absolutely stunning. I'm very happy with how it turned out. You got obviously the Japanese writing on the side there, the black trim all the way around the bottom. That engine bay looks insane. I'm so happy with how this has turned out with our Toyota AE86 or the Sakura Takumi. Looking really nice. Very happy with how it turned out. But we do have to get this car sold. So let's go into that. Here it is, all finished up 100%. We did squeeze a little bit more horsepower out of that engine, but nothing overly special. And we did keep the original engine. So the profit, or the sale, is 106,123. I spent 8,728 on the car, and then 48,240 buying parts today, putting our total spend at the car at 56,968. That's quite a lot, but it does put our profit at 49,155, which is actually really good. I am quite happy with that. But we do have to get this little car sold. So it is time to say goodbye. Goodbye, little Toyota. It's been a pleasure. That lovely copper truck. I absolutely love that. And there's my obviously classic one there. But let's see what we got for next time. This is the Volvo 240 Estate Drift Edition. Now this is one of the votes I did. It did get a vote, I think, but nobody wanted to see it fully done. So now we are going to do it anyway. This is going to be a lot of fun to work on. I hope you have enjoyed today's video, though. Do leave me a like and maybe consider subscribing if you did. And thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.